brought to you in part by Mossy Creek Game Calls, Fortner Taxidermy, Baines Army Store, Jeb's Headhunter Choke Tubes, Bag Our Buck Minerals, the Hunter Cam Cradle, Dixie Mud Motors, H&H Timber Company, Foulmouth Retrievers, Hog SWAT, Beards and Bucks Scents, and Spectra Shot. Well, coming up on this week's episode of Combat in the Wild, we have a great hunt coming to you from the 2013 deer season. I was lucky enough to take a real nice buck starting out the season real fast, and it's an exciting hunt, and we're going to cut right to the video. And after the video, we're going to give you a few little pointers of why this hunt worked out so well and why hunts in this same area have worked out so well in the past. So sit back and enjoy.
Here we are, opening day of rifle season. It's the evening of October the 19th, and we have got some great weather this afternoon. It actually cooled off a little bit more than what the weather was saying. We got kind of a swirling wind, but it's all right. I think it's going to be okay. It's mostly blowing to the southwest, which is a good wind for the stand. But hopefully this evening, what I seen happen down here yesterday evening when I wasn't hunting, plays out again, because a bunch of bucks coming to this field checking does. It seems like that pre-rut activity is really clicking in. It's coming in really strong right now. The bucks are really out cruising. They're hitting some of these good food sources like we have here. It's a large field planted with winter wheat, brassicas, and also cocoa oats. And you know, there's a lot of deer coming to this field. There's a high chance that the bucks are going to come to this field because they know it's a doe area. So we're going to sit back and watch and see how the night unfolds. You know, it's probably going to get dark a little bit earlier, but hopefully the deer will be up on the field a little bit earlier also. So let's see what happens. Let's hope for that big old buck to come on out. That's a good buck. That was a good deer. Oh man, I can't believe that. Those does kept on looking back over there in that brush. I knew they saw a deer. They kept on looking back in there. And I didn't know what they were looking at. I just all of a sudden looked up and that buck popped out. Then I got trail camera pictures of that deer up on the top side of that wood block. Oh man. Woo! I can't believe that. First opening day of rifle season was awesome, man. This weather was perfect. I knew something good was gonna happen tonight. I knew it. Let's go see what we got. Let's go see. Got him! We got him! He's down on the ground right there where I shot him at. Let's go check him out. Alright, well, had to kind of delay the recovery on this deer. Had to go back and get the video light. I didn't have it with me. I left it in my other camera pack, but we got him and I'm happy with him. He's a real nice deer. This is the first typical 10-point I've killed. He's actually a 12 with the 2 stickers, but he's a mainframe 10. You know, it's nice to be able to actually go out and kill a deer on your own property. You know, you do all the work and you put in the hours trying to plant your food plots, trying to get that staging area just right for these deer. And then when that plan just comes together and you actually end up getting the results from all that work, you know, it's just that much more rewarding. Now I'm real excited to get this deer, and it's pretty crazy. It's opening day of rifle season and already got a nice buck on the ground. You know, I'm real happy with this deer. I don't know this deer. I don't have any trail camera pictures of this deer that I know of. So it just shows you when that rut starts coming in, deer just start coming out of the woodwork that you never even knew about. You know, and it's just a very rewarding feature of deer hunting is when you actually get to go out there and the plan you have that day and it all comes in and it all works. Just makes for a good ending. Combat in the wild. So looking back at this hunt, the field that it took place in, we've actually just started hunting in the last probably 3 years. And the area is in a real high traffic type of situation on our property. You know, it's in a main area where we drive through a lot. But I think one of the biggest things to learn about the field is that it being such a large field, buffer zones have helped us the most. With having a good buffer zone set up on the outside of a large food plot, it helps get the deer to transition, especially those older wary bucks. They really seem like they want to hang up on the edges of the field, and if the field was just surrounded by a tree line that was very thick, you might not see a lot of the deer that might be hanging up right before it starts getting dark. And see, the buffer zone, it gives them the impression that they are hidden before they come into the field. Many times I've seen it. Sit in this same exact stand and watching this field, the bucks will come into the buffer zone areas where it's just usually overgrown weeds or whatnot, you know, about chest high, and the bucks will hang up right there in that area and they'll watch the field. Now sometimes they're a little bit faster to come into the field if they're maybe chasing a doe if it's a rut, but more times than not, they're just standing there observing the field. And you know, in the past few years we've got a lot of good footage from that stand, and it's a stand that usually we see action very early in the day. And I do think a lot of it has to do with the fact that we've set up the buffer zones, and it helps out a lot with the deer feeling a lot safer before they transition to that large food plot in the wide open where they're more easily seen. So next time maybe you're thinking about setting up a food plot, give a little bit of attention to setting up buffer zones around the edge. Those weeds that are growing up around the edge might not look pretty to you, but they can be a game changer when it comes to your next hunt. So we want to make sure everybody goes and checks out our YouTube channel and stay in touch with us on Twitter and keep up with us on our Facebook page.